Hello students. Now today I am going to start second chapter for the class 12 student. The chapter is electrostatic potential and capacitance. In this chapter, now I will start the concept of potential difference and potential. The concept of potential difference, what do you mean by potential difference, and what is the concept for potential? I am going to explain with you. Now, for the potential difference, if I am saying there is a positive charge plus Q, okay? There is a positive charge plus Q. If I am saying this charge is located at the point O. So, this charge produces a electric field at its surrounding, as we know better. If any charge, this charge produces an electric field in its surrounding. Now, I am saying if there are 2 points A and B on its electric field, there are 2 points A and B on its electric field, right? Now, if I consider a test charge, positive test charge Q naught at the point A. If I am consider a positive test charge Q naught at the point A. Now, what happens if this test charge Q naught experience a force due to this charge Q, and that force is a repulsive force, so the direction of that force is outward. Okay, again I repeat, I consider a positive charge Q, that is a source charge located at the point O. Okay. Now this positive charge, source charge, produce a electric field in its surrounding. Now I am going to consider 2 points A and B on its electric field, right? And as well as I consider a charge Q naught, that is a test charge. Q naught is test charge. Right? Now this Q naught experience a force, and that force is a repulsive force. So direction of that force is outward. Now, what is the concept of potential difference? What is the concept for the potential difference? Right? What is the concept for the potential difference? If we move this charge Q naught from the point A to B against this electrostatic force, again I repeat, if we move this charge Q naught from the point A to B against this electrostatic force, then there is a work done by that charge Q naught. There is a work done by that charge Q naught. It means the work done to move a charge from A to B against the electrostatic force, right? Then that work done produce the potential difference between that 2 points, which is written as VB minus VA. Potential difference produced due to the work done moving a test charge from the point A to B against the electrostatic force, and that potential difference is written as VB minus VA, which is equal to work done from A to B by the charge Q naught. Work done from point A to B by the charge Q naught. Again I repeat, work done by a charge move from one point to another point produce the potential difference, and that is represented as VB minus VA, the final point minus initial point. VB minus VA equal to work done by that charge upon the charge value, or this potential difference is written as VAB, because the charge moved from the point A to B and that work done against to the electrostatic force. Now, conceptually we can write a definition for the potential difference as the potential difference is defined as the potential difference is defined as moving a charge. The potential difference is defined as work done by a charge move from one point to another work done by a charge move from one point to another in the presence of electric field. In the presence of electric field. So this is a concept for potential difference. Now what is a concept for potential? Only word potential, not potential difference. What is the concept for electrostatic potential? Electrostatic potential. Now how we can define the electrostatic potential? Electrostatic potential. Okay. Now again I make this diagram. Here a source charge plus Q located at the point O. Now if there are 2 points A and B, right? Now if any charge move from A to B, it produces the potential difference. Now we assume this point A is at infinite. Now point A is here at infinite. Always remember, at the infinite the value of potential will be 0. At the infinite the value of potential will be 0. Now what concept for electrostatic potential? When a test charge, I assume a test charge here plus Q naught. When we move a test charge from infinite to any point, then work done to moving a test charge from infinite to that point, work done to moving a test charge from infinite to that point is called electrostatic potential. Which means if I am going to write potential difference, what I will write here? VB minus VA equal to WAB upon Q naught or W upon Q naught. Now where the point is point A? Point A is now at infinite, and at the infinite the value of potential will be 0. So put the value of VA equal to 0. We get VB equal to W upon Q naught. Right? Here we put the value of VA equal to 0 because at infinite potential value will be 0. So this is a formula, or we can write journal as V equal to W upon Q naught. V is equal to W upon Q naught. This is the concept for potential. Again I repeat, when a test charge move from infinite to any other point in a space, the work done by that charge is defined by its potential. Potential is work done upon that charge. Okay. Now what about the unit for the potential? For unit of potential is in volt. Unit for the potential is in volt, or 1 volt is equal to 1 joule per coulomb. 1 coulomb. So if we want to define 1 volt, we can define as when 1 joule of work is done to moving a charge of 1 coulomb from infinite to at another point, that produce the potential of 1 volt. How we can define the 1 volt? When 1 joule of work is done to moving a charge of 1 coulomb from infinite to any other point in a space, it produces the potential of 1 volt. So unit for the potential always is in volt, and 1 volt is joule per coulomb. 1 volt is also called as joule per coulomb, but the SI unit for the potential is always written in volt. Okay. Now the next is electrostatic potential due to point charge. Now by this concept we have to find the formula for the electrostatic potential for a point charge. Now again I consider a positive charge Q located at the point O, and we have to find the electrostatic potential due to this charge at the point P, which is at the distance r from the O. Right? Again I repeat, I consider a charge Q located at the point O, and we have to find the electrostatic potential due to that charge Q at the point P, which is at the distance r from O. Now, if I consider 2 points A and B, right, and suppose a test charge Q0 is at the point A, which is at the distance x from O, right. I suppose that there is 2 points in its electric field, that is A and B, and the test charge is at the point A, and this point A is at distance x from O. Now this charge experience a force F, this charge experience a force F, and the nature of that force is repulsive force. We all know that what is the concept of potential. When a charge moving from infinite to any point, right, when a charge moving from infinite to any point, the work done to move that charge is produce the electric potential. So now, if I am saying this charge Q0 move a small distance dx from A to B, due to this small movement, a small work done will be, work is done, that is dW. Now what value of work done we can write? We can write work done dW is equal to F dot dx. This is the formula for work done, the small displacement to move a charge Q0 from A to B, that is dx, and due to this movement the work is done as dW. So we write dW equal to F dot dx. As we know that the charge is moving this side and force is against the movement of charge. So here the angle is 180 degree. So we write this is F dx cos of 180 degree. Why I take this angle 180? Because the work done and force are opposite in direction. So angle will be 180 degree. So this formula become minus F dx. Now, the second thing, what is the value of force? The value for the value of electrostatic force, for the value of electrostatic force, what value, what formula we can write? F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q Q0 by x square. The distance between them is x. So F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q Q0 by x square. Now put this force here. Now we can write dW is equal to minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q Q0 by x square into dx. Okay. Now in this equation the variable is x because we want to move this charge from infinite here, because we want to find the potential. So one point is at infinite. We move this charge Q0 from infinite to P, right? Because we want to find the potential at the point P. Here we make the concept formula to moving a charge from A to B. But actual condition is that we want to move the charge from the point infinite to P. And P is at the distance R from O. So our integration is possible from infinite to R. So we can write dW equal to minus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught or we can write q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration dx upon x square. Now, what is the limit for integration? Where the point is initial point, that is infinite. Where the final point, that is at the distance of r. So, our integration limit is from infinite to r. Now, integrate this. The integration at the point infinite, what the value of work done? 0. And at the value of the work done will be w. So, we write w is equal to minus q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration of 1 by x square is minus 1 by x infinite to r. Minus 1 by x infinite to r. Okay. I am going to rub it. Now put the limits of integration. Final result, work done is equal to minus q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Upper limit, minus sign I am taking outside, that become plus. Upper limit 1 by r minus 1 by infinite. Here I take the negative side common, so it become minus minus plus. 1 by infinite will be 0. So final result is q naught upon 4 pi epsilon naught r. This much work is done moving a charge from infinite to the point P. What its significance? This one, this is the work moving a charge q naught from infinite to point P. Okay, but we have to find the potential. How the potential is defined? Potential is defined as work done per unit test charge. V equal to W upon Q naught. Put the value of W here. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught upon R Q naught. Q naught is cancelled out. Final formula for the potential is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. This is the formula of the potential due to a point charge at any point P. This is the formula to find the potential due to a point charge at any point P. This charge want to find the potential at that point. So, the value of potential, this charge, not this charge. This charge is only moved from infinite to at that point to produce the work done. But the potential produced by, how much potential produced by this charge Q at the point P is V equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Right? Here in this formula Q naught is absent. So, this formula is derived for the charge Q which produce the potential at the point P. So, we say, this formula says the potential produced by the charge Q at the point P. So, always remember when the question says, find the potential at that point by the value of that charge. Right? Find the potential at point, find the value of that charge. You apply this formula to find the potential at that point due to the given charge. Okay. Now, what is the graph of the potential versus distance? Now, what is the graph between potential versus distance? Graph for between V and 1 by R. So, here I want to make a graph 1 by R and V. The graph R and V, the graph is like this. The graph is like this. Okay, this is the graph variation of potential with respect to distance. Variation of potential with respect to distance. The graph is like this. Okay, so if you want to make a graph for the variation of potential and distance, you can make the graph like this. Okay. Now this is the derivation for the electrostatic potential due to point charge. Now I am taking a new topic, electrostatic potential due to system of charge. That is called superposition principle for system of charges. Now if we suppose n point charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 up to Qn are at the distance R1, R2, R3 up to Rn from point P. Okay, what this statement says, we have a n number of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 up to Qn, right? And these all charges are at different distance from the point P. Here I have taken a point P. The distance between charge Qn and P is assumed as R1, charge Q2 and P, between charge Q2 and P R2, similarly between charge Qn and P, that is Rn. So there are n number of charges are at the distance R1, R2, R3, R4 up to Rn from the point P, and we have to find the electrostatic potential due to these charges at the point P. We have to find the electrostatic potential due to these charges at the point P. How much potential developed by the charge Q1 at the point P? How much potential developed by the charge Q2 on the point P? Similarly, how much potential developed by the charge Qn at the point P? And what is the total net potential developed at the point P? We have to find out by the help of this concept. Now, if we want to find potential due to charge Q1 at point P, right? First of all, potential at point P due to charge Q1. So how much potential charge Q1 produce at the point P? Yes, if I am saying this is V1, so we can write the formula 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R1. Q1 is a value of charge and R1 is a value of distance between the charge and point. Similarly, if we want to find potential due to the charge Q2, potential at point P due to charge Q2, what we can write? V2 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 upon R2, Q2 upon R2. Okay, similarly we can write potential at point P due to charge Qn, last charge. We can write Vn is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Qn by Rn. Okay, so we write here the indivisible value of potential due to indivisible charge. By the charge Q1, by the charge Q2, by the charge Qn. The indivisible value of potential due to the indivisible charges. Now we want to find the net potential at the point P due to these charges. We want to find net potential at the point P due to all these charges. So we have to find net potential. Net potential at point P, if I am writing V, so this is a summation of all the indivisible potentials. The net potential is summation of all indivisible potential. So we can write, check the formula, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is common for all the cases. So we have to take common 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Here we can write Q1 upon R1 plus Q2 upon R2 plus up to Qn upon Rn. Okay, or you can write as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught summation I from 1 to n, because n number of charges, I from 1 to n, Qi upon Ri. So this is the final result for the case of system of charges, the value of net potential at the point P. One thing always remember, the potential is a scalar quantity. Potential is a scalar quantity. So whenever the negative charge value is given, you can take the charge value as negative. But in the case of force and electric field, you only take the magnitude of that charge. You cannot take the negative sign of that charge. But whenever you have to take the potential for the potential values, or potential is a scalar quantity, so always take the negative charge. If there is any negative charge is given, always take the negative charge value, right? Hope you understand about the potential difference, what is the potential, how we can find the formula for the potential, as well as how you can find the net potential, as well as what is the unit of potential, as well as what is your potential is a scalar quantity. If in my next video I explain about the potential due to dipole. Okay, thank you so much.